The TTPS refuted claims made by the Prime Minister. Vendors agree on a concept for the Storebay facility and report on fatal Arima fire submitted. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. Welcome to the Tobago Updates television news for Wednesday, 15th January 2025. Now to our top story. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service were called out by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, who claimed that police stations were closing due to fear of criminals. The statement sparked public uproar, with many questioning its accuracy. In response, Commissioner of Police Earl Herwood Christopher issued a press release assuring the public that police stations remain operational 24/7. Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin echoed this sentiment, reaffirming the commitment of the police service. Reporter Joe Sheldon has the story.
During the debate on the extension of the state of emergency on Monday evening, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, in his opening statement, revealed that he had received information indicating the closure of police stations due to fear of criminals.
It has come to my attention in some districts, some instances, police officers whose job it is to protect us and to secure us, in some districts at night, are so afraid of the criminals that they close the police station door, turn off the light, and be inside there hoping that the criminals don't come at them.
However, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has refuted these claims, with Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin affirming that all police stations remain open to the public at all times.
The stations are opened 24/7 at this time to ensure that we give quality service to our citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and we want the citizens to know that if there are any problems, they can feel free to go to the station, and the station will be there open so that they can make their reports.
He stated that at present, all police stations are on high alert, ensuring that officers remain open in accordance with internal policy.
Our internal policies is what governs really how we operate in terms of our security of all police buildings, and therefore it dictates exactly what we do. What we want to just assure persons that at this point in time, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, the doors are open, our officers are on high alert. A
press release issued by the Commissioner of Police, Earl Herwood Christopher, on Wednesday stated, quote, "I wish to assure the national community that the men and women of the TTPS are trained, dedicated and resolute in their mission to protect and serve every citizen, even in the face of imminent danger. We have demonstrated that in the past, and we are committed to maintaining that standard of performance." End quote. Joe Sheldon, Tobago Updates Television News.
Well, earlier this afternoon, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service provided an update on operations under the current state of emergency. Reports indicate a 44% decrease in murders compared to the same time last year, as well as a 73% reduction in violent crimes across the country. Reporter Joe Sheldon again with the details.
Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin revealed that under the state of emergency, the police have conducted 868 operations to date, resulting in a total of 4,962 searches.
In terms of targeted priority offenders, we have at least 855 persons that was targeted, and we conducted at least 4,962 searches thus far.
He noted that of the 4,962 searches, 659 individuals were arrested and 37 firearms were recovered. Additionally, 1,053 rounds of ammunition, 127 kilograms of marijuana, and 607 grams of cocaine were seized during these operations. The Deputy Commissioner emphasized that these results reflect the diligent work of the police officers.
Ladies and gentlemen, to me, this speaks to the fact that the officers are outside and they are working. I want to take the opportunity to, first of all, commend our officers for the hard work that they are doing at this time.
According to Assistant Commissioner of Police for the Northeastern Division and the Special Operations, Richard Smith, there has been a 44% reduction in reported murders this year compared to the same period last year. He further noted that in the Tobago Division, only one murder has been reported in contrast to the previous year.
And Tobago Division, 2 as compared to 1. So we have 14 murders thus far this year, as compared to 25 last year, a 44% reduction.
He shared that so far this year, there has been a 73% reduction in violent crimes.
So we had a total of 170 crimes around the same period last year, as compared to 46 crimes, serious crimes, violent crimes, this year.
Public Information Officer Inspector Michelle Lewis stated that despite the Trinidad and Tobago emergency regulations providing for a gun amnesty, it is not in effect at this time. She is urging citizens to report any information regarding the whereabouts of firearms and ammunition to the nearest police station. Joshua Dan, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Staying with news of the SOE, UNC MP for San Juan, Saddam Hussein, expressed difficulty understanding the relevance of the current state of emergency, noting that some regulations seem weaker than existing laws. Speaking at the UNC Pavement Report in Storebay last night, Hussein highlighted that the penalties for arresting citizens with illegal firearms under these regulations are less severe than those outlined in the Firearms Act.
Under the state of emergency, if you are fined or you are charged, prosecuted, the offense and the fine is $100,000 and imprisonment for 5 years. If you are charged with, under the Firearms Act, the first offense is $500,000 or 15 years in prison. So there are much more stiffer penalties, harsher penalties under the existing law rather than the emergency law.
Hussein stated that the irregularity was brought up in Parliament on Monday during debate on the 3-month extension of the SOE, but it was dismissed by Minister of Energy and Energy Industries, Stuart Young.
He says Saddam don't know what he's saying about the emergency regulations. Well, today in the Guardian, the Trinidad Guardian, there's an article and it reads, Magistrate asked cop why man was charged under SOE. He says the regular laws carry stiffer penalty. So what, me and the acting chief magistrate wrong and Stuart Young correct?
Hussein was then left questioning whether the SOE is effectively addressing crime.
But this state of emergency is a complete waste of time. It is not helping the crime situation. Everyone is still afraid. We are apprehensive. Businessmen are afraid because the crime situation is still unabated.
He added that during the debate in Parliament, no one was able to provide concrete evidence to demonstrate that the SOE was successful. We'll take a short break and come back with more. Stay with us.
Attention, members of TWCU Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Are you ready to take the next step and help shape your credit union's future? This is your chance to get involved. We're now accepting nominations for elections at our 75th Annual General Meeting 2025. Open positions include spots on the Supervisory Committee, the Board of Directors, and the Credit Committee. Nomination packages are available on our website www.twcu.co.tt, or you can pick one up at our Port of Spain or Tobago offices. The completed forms can be dropped off at the said offices or emailed to nominations@twcu.co.tt no later than January 17th, 2025 at 3 p.m. For more information, visit our website at www.twcu.co.tt. Don't miss this opportunity to make a difference. Apply today and guide the future of your credit union. TWCU Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Our credit union, one family.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With Amplia TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with Amplia's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 GB fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With Amplia, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. Amplia. Do more, live more.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Welcome back. The Secretary of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation, Tasha Boris, reported that vendors and the division have reached an agreement on the way forward for the renovations of the Storebay beach facility. The project had initially faced some opposition from vendors regarding the proposed concept. However, Boris stated that a revised concept was developed and subsequently approved by the vendors.
We got some agreement from the persons present that we came back with some second set of designs, softened the first set of designs a little bit, took back the user feedback, and that informed what the second designs looked like. And there was agreement that they would prefer that second option versus the first one that was presented to them.
With the concept now agreed upon, Secretary Boris stated that the next step is developing the designs with EID COT is currently handling.
The idea is for the first phase of that project to begin and be delivered during this fiscal year. But naturally, we're always reprioritizing and in terms of looking at how we can manage to still deliver tourism infrastructure development despite, challenges with financing and that kind of thing.
Phase 1 of the Storebay Beach facility renovations is included as one of the THA's 44 in 44 initiatives for fiscal year 2025. A report on the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service's response to the tragic December 16, 2024 fire at number 11 Farfan Street, Arima, which claimed the lives of Minister Lisa Morris Julian, her daughter Zion, and son Josiah, has been submitted to the Ministry of National Security. The investigation, led by former Chief Fire Officer Roosevelt Bruce, examined the events surrounding the fire, including response times, water resource availability, and station performance. It also addressed public concerns over conflicting reports about the fire and the fire service's actions. Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines received the report on January 10, 2025, emphasizing the importance of transparency and public trust. The findings and recommendations will be reviewed by the National Security Council. The report's handover was attended by Permanent Secretary Sandra Fraser and committee members Roosevelt Bruce, HSSE Specialist Kurt Cadet, and Attorney Ashti Mahabir. While the government announced plans to remove the legislation in the Pensions Act that disqualifies seniors with cumulative savings of over $25,000 from receiving pensions, UNC MP for Princestown Barry Padarath raised another concern. He explained that the bill also includes provisions allowing the government to monitor the international travel of pensioners.
Clause 14 in the pension bill says that they will monitor your travel arrangements if you are out of the country.
Padarat also pointed out that the provision in the pension bill is linked to another clause in the Data Protection Act of 2022, which allows for the monitoring of citizens' international travel. He stated that the opposition had attempted to have that clause removed at the time.
Said you could not select parts of the act that gives you the power to go into immigration from the Ministry of Social Development to get people's travel records, to see how long they were out of the country, where they were going, and macroing their business.
However, Padarat stated that the government used their simple majority in Parliament to pass a clause despite opposition objections. He expressed concern that now, with the provision to monitor the international travel of senior citizens written into Pension Act, it further strengthens the case for the Act's removal.
So that tells you that they have no intention. The AG jumped out of his hole 7. He told us he will be withdrawing the bill. Up to today, the bill remains on the order paper. They have not removed the bill from the order paper, and that is why we can tell you that's not armor, that is limo.
He declared that the UNC will continue to advocate for the withdrawal of the Pensions Act from Parliament. You're watching the Tobago Updates television news. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
The buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules, or if you are having a cooking day off.
During today's Good Morning Tobago program, Joel Sampson, the Secretary of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport, outlined plans for new programs and upgrades to sporting facilities across the island. He shared that he had discussions with the Minister of Youth Development and National Service, Foster Cummings, exploring initiatives to benefit young people in Trinidad and Tobago. He revealed that the military-led academic training program, or MILAT, and other similar programs will soon be introduced to Tobago to support at-risk youth.
And then recently we had some meetings with the Minister of Youth Development and National Service where we can bounce off of each other. So some of the programs that they initiate in Trinidad, we will now bring those to the space, and some that we have here, they will take to the space.
He also announced that the Tobago Youth Awards will be held as part of Youth Month, recognizing young people engaged in positive activities across the island. Additionally, awards for sports will also be presented.
There is the Youth Month coming up later on in the year. We're going to have Youth Awards. We're also going to bring back the Sports Awards because I like to recognize persons for their contributions that they would have made in the space, how they would have represented.
Plans to develop and refurbish several sporting facilities in Tobago, including the Speyside, Wim and Montgomery hard courts. Additionally, improvements will be made to the Canaan Bonacourt recreational grounds, among others, along with lighting enhancements at Louis D'Or. He assured Tobagonians that work is progressing steadily.
Persons just have to understand, as much as they would want to see things happening at a fast-paced rate, it's just not possible. But what I can assure them is that things are happening. It might be slow and steady, but it's sure.
Was greed a factor in the timing of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley's planned resignation? The UNC certainly thinks so. At a UNC Pavement report in Derby last night, several speakers pointed out that the new pension scheme would not be administratively ready until the end of February. Coincidentally, around the same time, Dr. Rowley announced he would be stepping down. Reporter Candice Jackson tells us more.
If Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley no longer wishes to remain in office, why is he not stepping down now and calling an election? According to UNC MP for Princess Town, Barry Padarat, the reason lies in timing. He suggests that the recently approved Salary Review Commission report will not be administratively ready for implementation until the end of February.
How it works is that he will receive $87,000 a month for the rest of his life. Because what happens is that your pension as a prime minister does not start like members of parliament when you are 55 years old. It starts automatically when you demit the office of prime minister.
Dr. Rowley has stated that he intends for the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in Barbados at the end of February to be one of his final duties as prime minister.
Come out and tell us that it is no trip to Barbados to meet Mia Motley. Instead, it is your own selfish greed that you are seeking your own personal interest. And that is why he's giving himself the leeway, the time.
Dr. Rowley announced Stuart Young as his successor, a move criticized by UNC MP for Oropouche East, Rudal Munilal, who accused Young of being an undeserving beneficiary of the new pension provisions.
Fantastic Friday. They want on Fantastic Friday, 2 of them end up in the pocket with $87,000 at the end of February. And they will write off from government. We will have the responsibility of fixing and repairing this country while the taxpayer, you, get them $87,000 each per month.
Meanwhile, UNC MP for San Juan, Saddam Hussein, argued that selecting Stuart Young as Dr. Rowley's successor through a PNM parliamentary caucus violates Section 76 of the Constitution.
The Constitution acknowledges the political leader of the party that wins the majority of seats in the House will be appointed as the Prime Minister.
A point to which Munilal agreed.
A prime minister must be elected by the people. He or she must represent the will of the people. Not in a back room in Tobago by raising hand and pulling straw. The people must appoint you.
Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
The weather report is up next.
With Flow Business's new smart solutions, powered by super fast, reliable broadband, you'll feel like there are more versions of you working for you. From website design, development, and digital marketing to promote your business, 24/7 business class support to cloud solutions, security, and more. Multiply your growth today.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Good morning, good morning, put a smile on your...
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Now for a look at the weather update from the TNT Met Office. Tonight is expected to be mostly fair and cool despite the odd shower. Temperatures will drop to around 23 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow you can expect generally fair and slightly hazy conditions despite the likelihood of a few light showery spells. Tomorrow's daytime temperature would be around 31 degrees Celsius with a heat index of about 34 degrees Celsius. Seas are expected to be moderate with waves near 1.5 to 2 meters in open waters and near 1 meter occasionally choppy in sheltered areas. The Met Office warns that seas may occasionally become agitated due to the combined effects of long period swells and spring tides. Sunrise is at 6:26 and sunset at 5:59. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of our headlines. The TTPS refute claims made by the Prime Minister. Vendors agree on a concept for the Storebay facility and report on fatal Arima fire submitted. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a great night.